Welcome everyone. I'm hoping that you're able to attend this webinar on it's how to get the most out of your decisions that will give you freedom. This webinar is taken from Get the Universe Working For You workshop, which will eventuate into a book. And it's about decisions. So what's going to happen in this webinar, I'm going to awaken you to start looking at why you make decisions, what's driving them, what they're doing to your life, and are they creating the life you want? This can be a game changer, just as a decision can be a game changer. You know, when you make that one decision that led you to something amazing or something tragic. So you might be sitting here watching me now. Well, listen carefully, because I'm going to take you through a series of questions to analyze why you make the decisions you make that can change your life, because your life is an accumulation of every decision you've made in the past. Okay, and so yes, so stay tuned. I am super excited because decisions are made unconsciously and consciously. And if you're anything like me, I never made decisions that had any formula, I had any thought. I just made decisions. And they led to tragic outcomes. Tragic. I was married twice. And I did the same old dance. When I was married, I wasn't thinking, oh, is this the right guy for me? And is this going to help me advance my life? Is this going to, nurture? No, I made a decision to leave a country that I loved, leave a job, which was an incredible opportunity to be. I was working, in fact, for a corporate organization, but let's just say I left a really great job, just followed this kind of feeling that I had, and married this guy. And it was the worst time of my life. I was in excruciating pain while I was living in Canada. He was useless in companionship. I'm not saying I was any good either, but it was just painful. And then I came back 3 years, that lasted 3 years, barely 3 years. And I come back to Australia, and then I say to myself, you know what? Actually made a decision. I said, I'm not going to marry anybody that I have to outside of Australia. So that was my only criteria really to get married. And I did meet a guy, and he was living in Melbourne, so I married him. But guess what? Everything that I experienced in Canada with that guy, the same situations occurred. The same sort of ex-wife. He had kids. There was all these issues with finances. There was these chaos in the relationship that I, with his ex. The same setup. I married the same guy in a way with the same kind of situation, but it was in Melbourne because I made a decision. My only criteria was making sure that I'm not going to have to travel overseas. Yeah. But I never thought about analyzing every decision I made. I just didn't think that. You just kind of learn as you go. You go, you know what? I'm not doing that again. Until I've got to this point now. I've got to this point that I've recognized that if I don't analyze my decisions, if I don't dig deep and look at reasons I'm making decisions, I don't get the outcome I want. Now, that will be the same for you. Why are you making your decisions? Okay, so let's think about it. Why have you married the guy or girl or chosen friends? Why do you hang out with them? Why do you stay with them? What is it that you decide to be with those people? One, do you place safety or security, or you don't want to be alone? Or do you stay with them because they support you and they're uplifting because they nurture you? Yeah? Answer that. Why are you staying in the relationships? Now, I'm not saying they could be great, but I'm just asking you, what is in your head that says, you know what, this works for me. Even though it may not work for you, but you're actually saying yes. And you might say to yourself, well, let's say you got a bad relationship or it's negative. You might go, well, I prefer comfort, as in I don't want to be able to have to go and do this on my own. I prefer to feel secure because at least there's someone there. I prefer to not have to stretch myself because it feels too All right. Hi, I'm back. Now, this is the second part of Get the Universe Working for You. I don't know, well, I do know why. I'm a little fish, but I'm very targeted in blocking a message that frees you. I make people awake and aware, and I bring them back their power. And I made a decision. I thought, you know what? A safe bet is that I do this video on my phone. It works every time. And my phone is new. And last night it went weird. And I was looking at the message that I was going to give you today, and I'm thinking, this is a great message because it changes your life. One decision changes your life. But you know what? We're here. I just keep persevering because that's just what I do. You just got to get back up. You know, you might get knocked down, you get back up. But thank you for persevering and your patience, because you have no idea. No idea. It's quite frustrating when I know you're waiting there. I want to give you a message. Thanks, Lavinia, Shalina, and I'm here for you. So I've got a great message. It's a really great message because a choice can change your whole life. Because you think about the decisions that you made that changed your life. Think about a job you took, a person you dated, a place you went to. It either changed. It could be a life-changing decision. It could have been changed your life for the better or for the worst. Now, if you've been like me, I remember when I was married, and I married, as I was talking about in the previous video, I married a guy in Canada, then I married again in Australia, and I decided, there's one decision I said that I would do. I would not marry outside of Australia, but I had the same old situations and circumstances. And then I was regretting the decision I made to marry this person. I'm like, oh my God, because what decisions do, now if you can get this in your mind, decisions are door openers. So every time you make a decision, just think of it like I've opened a door. So I opened a door marrying this person to his ex-wife, his kids, his family, everything that was either functional or dysfunctional. And his karma, his baggage, and it was a bad door. What I just saw is like, and we got into situations where I was just questioning the decision. I'm thinking, this has changed my life for the worst. And I had to analyze. Yeah, you're welcome. I had to analyze, how come I ended up in that situation? What did it all mean? Why did I, in fact, create that? So this is about you waking up to your decisions. So what did I mention about before? Remember, a decision is a door, okay? And it can be a little door or a big door. A decision is a door. So what doors are you opening every time you make a decision? And you've got big decisions, small decisions, but even small decisions take you on a path that opens up huge doors, or wrong doors, or good doors. Even a small decision that you slightly take to the left or to the right. I'll give you a little instance. I had many of these decision-making moments. One was, I was in Italy and I'm on a bus, and my life wasn't going very well at all. I was pretty depressed and stuff. I'd been living in England, and I chased a Turkish guy, here we go again, a guy, to Florence in Italy. And then of course it didn't work out. And I'm like on this bus, and then I'm working as an au pair. And then these missionaries jump on the bus, and they actually caught the wrong bus. They jumped on the bus, and then I overheard them all. Somehow we got talking, and one was from Australia, and he just had a chat about Australia, and then he said to me, oh yeah, well, call, give us a call if you want to know more about what I do. And of course, I was Catholic at the time, and I just didn't believe in anything. I didn't believe that some person could go to a grove in the woods, and then God would appear to them and give them gold tablets that created the Book of Mormon. But you know what? A voice in my head said, call them, you never know. So I decided, and I hummed and hawed, and I made that one decision to give them a call. And it transformed my life. What it did was I joined the Mormon church for 18 years. And I'm not recommending you do that at all, but for me, it saved my life. That was my life-saving moment, because it got me off the drinking, the smoking. It got me spiritual. It got me on the path that was one path and one blocking time in my life that then led me to something else. And I moved past that. And it taught me about what religions do and all that kind of stuff. So it had its good, and it had more good than bad. But that one moment where I called that guy back, and that just opened up this new life that I discovered, and these new people that I'd never met. And it was actually good in the long run. And look, it's great. Not my life now, but it changed my life. Now, if you think about, okay, so let's go thinking about decisions, and you will make decisions based on your beliefs, your what is important to you. So I want you to think about, what is important to you. Is it just feeling safe and secure? Or is freedom more important? Or is knowing the truth more important? Well, what's important to you? Because you'll see that every decision you made, it was based on playing safe. I just want to be safe, or I want to know the truth, or I want freedom, or I just want to feel loved. That's another one. I just want to feel loved, or I want to feel important. I want to, like, you go to study, you go to study, you do these, get these diplomas or degrees. Is it just to prove yourself, to say, well, I'm worth it? Why are you making these decisions? When you start analyzing the reasons behind, no, it's never too late, Rod. You can, what will happen is, if you start saying, okay, so what decisions am I making now? How is my life going? Because I want to change the course of my life. It's never too late. You're never too old. No, never. I'm old. And, well, old is all relative, right? Well, so anyway, what you've got to do is go, you know what, define what you want. What do you want? Yeah, define what you want. So I've defined what I want is actually peace. It's actually freedom. It's truth. I've defined that, so that then I will ask myself a question before I do something. Does that give me my peace and my freedom? And it can get uncomfortable. So I'll talk about some life-changing moments in my life that they're quite personal. They're very personal to me, and they are life-changing. There is something in me that does desire truth, and some people, I do desire truth. So these are the life-changing moments, because I didn't have a mindset to say when I was younger, I'm making these decisions for a reason, or I'm choosing things that were going to lead to something great. I never had this mindset. I just made decisions. But there was something inside me that wanted truth. So after my dysfunctional childhood, which was a childhood of beatings, of abuse, of negativity, of self-loathing, I couldn't make sense of my life. This is what I thought at the age of 6 or some age around there. Now it might sound crazy that a little kid would even think this, but the only thing that I remember thinking was, what is the purpose of life when there's so much hell? I feel like there is no purpose. What is this that I'm born into this? What is my purpose of being born into hell? it's sort of like being born to, I couldn't make sense of why anyone would want to come and into this life of hell. It seemed futile to me. Anyway, so as I was unraveling and trying to get out of the hell, I had the flashbacks of my abuse. It started to come back. So I traveled to back to my original home where I lived, because I got to find the truth. I've got to find the truth. And it's uncomfortable finding the truth. It gets uncomfortable. And I thought, I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to ask if I can come into the house and see if I can, get some, I don't know, something. And I was still in the Mormon church at that time. Give me something. And I went to the door, not really ready for what I was going to say, like just nervous, but I had to do it. And I knocked on the door and the lady answered, and I said, sorry, I used to live here and something happened to me and can I come in? And I burst into tears. And I just burst into tears. And she kind of looked at me and she said, yeah, come in. And she let me come in, and I walked through the house thinking, this house looks smaller. And the tiles were still there that my dad had put on, this crappy tiles in the kitchen, brown tiles. But it was very dark. She had all the blinds down, and I looked in the back bedroom, which is where the abuse happened. And then I just kind of thought, oh, I better get out of here. This woman, thinks I'm probably a loony. And I just thought, I got my answer. This is true. What happened to me, it's true. And then, okay, so then I started to try and find truth. I had to find truth, because truth to me, I realized if you don't find the truth, you can't free yourself. And then years went on. Not years went on. That's right. I remember writing to my dad saying, I want an apology for what you did to me. I know you sexually abused me. I want an apology. And then he never answered me back. And I went to his house in the state that he lives in. And I was invited to his house because I was visiting there. And my sister, who lives in the same state as him, said, oh, you know what, Dad will speak to you. So I went to his house. Everybody left the house. His girlfriend and my sister took his girlfriend for a coffee, and there he was. And he said, you know what? You want me to say sorry? And he said, sit down. And so he pulled out a letter that he handed it to me, this letter, and I started to reading it, and it says, I am sorry because that you were ever born, that you were a whore, that you joined a cult, that you, were ugly or something. All I remember thinking is I started reading the first 5 or 6 reasons, and then I couldn't stand it anymore. He was actually saying he was sorry I was really ever born. And I screwed up the letter, and I remember just throwing it down. I went into this panic and ran out of the house, and because I was wanting an apology, I wanted someone to say they were sorry. And he was rubbing salt into the wound, and it was like I'd caught him out. Like I had woken up and I realized the truth, and he was trying to justify it. Not that he was trying to bully me, and as he was. And that decision that I made that day was life-changing, because it showed me who he really was. It ceased and cut my relationship with him. I never have spoken to him again. And the other thing is that I learned that people with pain want someone to say, I see your pain and I'm sorry. And so that has turned into my gift to people. And it's turned into this forensic healing. It's turned into these workshops where I go in and I say, I see your pain. And you need an apology. So that's the beauty of a decision. And I've changed lives, or other people change lives, because this is incorporated into the system. That when you see a forensic healer, they need to, you know, see your pain and stop and recognize and find the truth and see the truth and acknowledge the truth. And I can't read any messages because my glasses are off. So all these decisions, every decision takes you on a path. And so, you know, so why do you make decisions? Why are you making, you know, choosing these things? For me, as you can see, I've just wanted to know truth, because something inside me says I can't live in the lies anymore. So I'm a real truth seeker, because it's true. The adage of the truth sets you free. And I had to find the truth of what had happened to me in my childhood, because of course, a lot of abuse disconnects you and you don't know, you know, what's happened to you, and then it comes back, you know, and that's what the Mormon Church did. It started to heal me and stop me from disconnecting, and then things would come up, and that was part of the journey. So if you look back, these decisions, now you can be way more proactive in making decisions that actually feed your soul and help you, because I also had decisions, I made decisions that were very martyr-like and very, let me help you, ignore my feelings. So that's how I used to make decisions. So now I don't at all, excuse me. I now make decisions that actually protect my energy, and I won't negotiate that. And if I've learned, because this is one thing I've learned, that whatever is in your energy field, you'll go out and attract. So I have to make decisions that are best for me, because I give you my energy. I'm giving you my energy right now. And if I haven't got a good energy, and if I've like got all crap in my energy, I'm like giving that to you as well. So I've learned that I don't want to, you know, I want to be as clear as I can for me than I am for you. I want to heal, and I want to have good things, so then I'm attracting, and I'm a co-creator. So when I make a decision, I'll say this to myself: is this good for my energy? Is this empowering me? And does this take me on my mission? Because my goal is to live my mission. My goal is to be the best me. My goal is to live this life as fully and freely as I can. Because I don't want the hell. I'm out of the hell, and I'm on this, you know, journey that's like this whole new, I've opened up this big door of happiness and peace and love and beauty. That's the door I'm opening. Yeah. So thank you. So thank you for all your kind comments, and I probably haven't been able to look at them all because I took my glasses off. All right, so decisions. So what decision? So I want you to do this. Think about what is behind you choosing something, like the food you eat. Are you choosing it because you're saying, you know what? You're saying, I don't feel good about myself. I don't love myself. So I'm going to choose something that's not good for me. Is that what's running in your head? So when you become more awake and aware and go, you know what, I'm making a choice now. And don't beat yourself up about your bad decisions. God, you know what? Just do what I do. Plead guilty on the grounds of temporary insanity. You can do that. You know, temporary insanity. You're not full time. You know, you can do that one. That's like you know, I'm off the hook. The other thing is I'm making a decision. Okay, so what you do, there's two aspects of it. You've got to like think about, you know, the pros and the cons, and is this the best outcome? There's one more aspect, is your intuition. When that matches, it's the best decision. Your intuition. And the both things have to line up. It kind of logically needs to make sense, and then the feelings. And when that means that you're lining up your mind and your body and your soul, so, or your spirit. So your mind says yes, your body feels at peace, and then that gut feeling, that intuition, your spirit gives you a calmness as well. That all is combined. Your whole body is that antenna. Putting a pin in, plead temporary insanity, yeah. So like that is the way to make a decision. So you're like a walking antenna. You're like a human polygraph. But that takes a journey. It really takes a journey of becoming that. And that's the journey that, my journey to assist people, because once I get you as a walking antenna, a walking GPS, you're empowered to make decisions. You go, I felt that's right, it's good. You analyze it, and you feel, and you put that together, and it will, give you the right path. But you got to think about, what is it that you want? I mean, if you're seeking something that's outside of yourself, if you're seeking like approval from outside, if you're seeking to feel loved, if you're seeking to help people, then your decisions are not based on making the best of you. And it gets uncomfortable. God, I've made decisions that are super uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable by setting your boundaries. It's uncomfortable by going, you know what? You may not have even outwardly done something, but you're not so unaware and so disconnected from what you're doing. I need to cut you. Or you're connected to such toxic people, you're bringing it in, you are unaware of that. That will make you sick, but I can't let you come into my field. I can't bring it into forensic healing. It loses the power of forensic healing. It loses, you bring in, you're toxic, and you may not even see it. And I can't always say that to some people, but I'm happy to work with people. If people, go, well, I want to, come in, and I want to join the group, and I want to come back. I'm happy if they want to work with me, that's fine. But most people take that, they don't even go, you know what? They just take it offensively. They don't see that what happens a relationship with me or friends of healing. They've been doing that relationship with other people. Yeah? All right, so the decisions are your door openers. Yeah? Openers. You think about that. You're making a decision right now to watch me. You made a decision to stick through that, the crap of me not being able to get on the internet. Facebook was having a meltdown. That's what it was telling me. You made a decision to go, you know what? I'm going to, read that book. I'm going to talk to that person. I'm going to attend that, get mentored, whatever you do. You're making decisions. Every moment you're making a decision to have a certain conversation. You're making a decision to make a certain comment. Every decision, whether it's big or small, is taking you to somewhere. And you've got to go, what I just did then, is that really taking me to what I want? Is that really freeing me? So, you know what? You might want to, if you've analyzed your decisions are keeping safe, you'll always be safe and you won't ever push yourself. There's a difference between saying I want to be comfortable or I want to expand. So which one are you? Or I'm just interested or I'm committed. You got to go, what am I doing? And I'll tell you one thing about decisions and all of this. There's one thing that I'll tell you that I've learned, and that's why I commit to my energy. Is that whatever you are choosing goes in your energy field, and whatever is in your energy field, you walk out and you will create it with a person on the street, with your work, with your clients, with relationships, with situations, with being led to the right house or the right country or the right place. It's all leading you, and the doors are either opening or closing, which depends on if you opened the good door or did you open a door that was something that's not wanted. So have a good think about that. So I'll just check my notes. Okay. Well, decisions. There's so much to say. I love all these topics because I've just analyzed and gone deep and looked at why my life was crap, why other people's life are crap, why it's great, who succeeds, what do they do, and I commit. I'm committed because I've got nothing to lose except happiness and peace. And my body has a mission. You have a mission. You have a purpose on this planet. And if you tap into it, you're actually being led to make decisions. And then you get to that, you get like, do I jump or do I pull back? Do I jump and do that or not? I decide to jump. I'm pretty fearless. And the more I do it, the more I go, you know what? My gut's always telling me. So now I have no ambiguity. I have no questions. I'm not in doubt anymore. And that's where you go on a journey. And I remember the Mormon church used to teach us to pray and ask God, and you had to connect because God was going to answer you. And I think that was my training to get in touch with myself, to feel the answers, because people go, I'm confused. I don't know what the answers are. And if someone else has been making decisions for you, then you're not trained to make decisions, are you? You're not trained to make the best choices. Childhood, you aren't told to make your choices in childhood. You're told what to do most of the time. And the great parents are the ones that tell you to, feel what you want to choose, start connecting, and they give you the power, and that trains you for adulthood. But in school, they take it all away from you. Well, time to grow up. Time to say, I'm going to make choices and I'm going to feel them. I'm going to do the pros and cons, and then I'm going to combine my whole body. And it's a training. As I said, I was in the Mormon church, like 20 years or 18 to 20 years, and I was trained. They trained me to go pray to God, connect. And I said, I really want to do it. And sort of taught me to go inward somewhere. I'm still not getting clear answers, but I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying. And then the more I healed myself and got clearer and got rid of my baggage, then I get more connected with me. All right. Well, thank you. This has been a great talk. I love these, so I'm really looking forward to Get the Universe Working For You, which is now all around Australia. The one in Melbourne is my debut, and we're going to really give you that freedom and that power and get you thinking that you have all the power to create the life you want, because every decision that you make right now is opening a door. So I look forward to seeing you in the Facebook group, seeing you at the workshops, or next week when we delve deeper in how to get the universe working for you. Thanks for your patience. Take care.